Welcome to Volatility 411 for Equity Armor Investments. I'm JoeTigay. Let's jump right into it because there is a lot to talk about today. The VIX settled at 2068. Currently, the VIX is at 2040. The front month future is now April, and that is at 2240 ahead of the all-important Fed meeting, which everybody is curious. What is the language going to be? Are they done raising? Are they even going to raise today? How much more is they're going to raise? How long are they going to keep rates high? There's a lot of questions. There's a lot of uncertainty, and people are expecting some moves around this number. However, they are expecting after this announcement, volatility will be coming in. I anticipate that's why the volatility is down ahead of the number. And of course, people are looking and hoping that the worst case scenarios are behind us with the regional banking crisis. And it's really interesting when you kind of unpack it. Yes, the Fed has added a lot of liquidity. Their balance sheet is rising. Equities usually do well when balance sheets rise by the Fed. However, when balance sheets rise by the Fed, usually you see lending get easier. There's quantitative easing. That's what it really means. Banks can lend more freely. That's not going to be the case this time. What happened with regional banks is that their money market funds were too low. People were taking money out. They didn't have reserves. The fix for that is to raise their money market funds, which means they have to now make fewer loans at higher interest rates. That's tightening, so it's kind of one step forward, two steps backward, potentially. When banks tighten, that usually leads to recession, and that is what the Fed has been trying to do and was unable to do finally with the banking collapse of SVB. We're finally seeing some of that happening. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out. Remember, when the Fed pauses, stocks kind of do well, but when the Fed lowers rates, that's when we see problems in equities. Fed lowering rates usually means the economy is slower. Economy slower, naturally, you can understand why that would be bad for equities. So maybe we'll have a couple good quarters, couple good months here if the Fed does indeed pause. However, if this tightening by banks leads to an economic slowdown, which leads to the Fed needing to lower rates, which of course is what the 210, all the yield curves are expecting to happen, then you might see problems later in the year, potentially in September and October. For Equity Armor Investments, I'm JoeTigay.